Well, the theater demands more of a projection than film, because the theater is a medium of language. It's important that an actor is able to speak and to project and to work what I call from his feet up. Um, Film is very intimate, and the spatial relationship between the actor and the actors he's working with is much smaller, and therefore, when someone is auditioning for film, he shouldn't project or enunciate, or I call it actory or acting, someone capital acting for film, because it looks, when you look back at it, it looks fake, because the camera is so close to you. That is very true. The saying, less is more, becomes self-evident. So I usually, with new actors, I always suggest that they take a class for film auditioning or working in front of the camera, so they can make the adjustment in the spatial relationship between theater and film. And film including television. I would say the comedies on television, the sitcoms, are more theatrical, because you're playing to a live audience with them, and so you can be a little more projected. And also, the closer the shot is to you, the more intimate you have to be spatially, because the camera, if you smile like a huge smile, it looks like can look very, very overdone on the camera. Whereas in the theater, uh, you have that space, so you have to project the smile, the physicality, etc. I always say, in the theater we see everyone head to foot, and we see all the scenery. So and when you're speaking in the theater, you have to vie for the audience's attention, and to do that, you have to be a little bigger, a little more projected. In film, the, you're there. We can't look at anyone else. We see you and only you, and we see you thinking, and we see you speaking, and we see parts of you sometimes, depending on what the director is shooting. So you don't have to vie for the audience's attention. You have it. Well, I look at what you've done and where you've done it and what your training is. Obviously, the league schools are, when I see that kind of training, Yale, MFA work from NYU, um, and Rutgers, schools like that, I know that the actor will be able to break down a script, make choices, and not melt. I think that it's very important that someone has training. I'm not one of these people says that who thinks that reality behavior is craft, because someone who is not trained can't repeat, or he or she finds it difficult to repeat. There are exceptions, and some people are what people say are natural actors, and they learn by doing. I think in the theater it's very difficult to learn by doing, because there's so many technical things that you have to know, and you really do have to be able to work in front of an audience for the entire length of the play. So you have to know how to arc a character. Film is easier because you don't do the whole script. You do parts of it at a time. You don't do whole scenes. You do parts of scenes at a time, and things are edited later. So the work is different, and I don't think you need the specific training as much specific training. and you can kind of learn by doing. But then again, there are people who try the theater who only really do film, and they fail because they don't have that background of training. Thanks for watching Inside Casting on the Virtual Channel Network. I'm Judy Henderson, and I hope you got some interesting information that will help you. Bye.